Happy New Year! And you are here because you are looking for the ultimate 2025 rebrand, reset, achieving and setting amazing goals, and having the best year of your freaking life. For 2025, you need to really take time to sit back and reflect. I dodged a lot of moolah. I made the most money I ever made. I invested over $150,000 into that project and into that venue. Didn't last there. Barely our first year. Oh, I forgot, in 2021, y'all, I also had graduated college with my associate's degree in sociology with a certification in mental illness and health psychology. Okay, don't play with that, girl. I'm also ACEs and trauma informed and certified and trained. I also have a certification in music business from Belhaven University. So
calling in my favors, if you love me, gon' push me. Said I'm calling in my favors, if you support me, then book me. Look, I'm calling in my favors, friend, gon' share my shit. Said I'm calling in my favors, if you with me, show that shit. Yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a Real Boss channel. Oh my freaking god, it is officially 2025. What? Happy New Year and happy freaking holidays. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday. I hope y'all had a great new year. I am super excited that we are officially in 2025. For those of y'all who don't know, I am Breezy, B-R-E-E-Z-E, Breezy with an E, not a Y, and I'm super excited to be here. This is my channel. I create lifestyle content, beauty, music, entrepreneurship, husky dog mom, cooking content. Those are just some of the things that I like to focus on here on my channel, beauty, and so yeah, welcome. If you're new here, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Comment, subscribe. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe. Comment, subscribe. Comment, subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that you know every time I post another video. Okay? And if you are returning, hey, family, hey. So I want y'all to comment below if you're new. Comment new to the fam. Okay? New to the fam. And if you're returning, say, what's up, family? What's up, family? Let's get it. So if y'all are here and you're watching this video, clearly by the title, you are here because you're looking for the ultimate 2025 rebrand, reset, achieving and setting amazing goals, and having the best year of your freaking life. Okay, you guys, so before you start planning your ultimate successful life for 2025, you need to really take time to sit back and reflect on 2024, on your previous year. And so here are a couple questions you can ask yourself, kind of write down a timeline for yourself, so to speak, right? So number one, what went well this year, right? Write that down, write out a list, take some time, get a pen and a paper, write it down, because you want to celebrate those wins no matter how big or small. Whether you got into that college, whether you didn't get the position that you wanted but you did get a promotion, or even if you just got a small pay raise, whether you got 50 new followers, even though your goal was 100, whether, you see what I'm saying? And so you want to really hone in and focus on some things that you accomplished and things that did go fairly well for you last year. Next question, what didn't go well? Okay, don't be too hard on yourself because things happen, but you do want to take note on the things that did not go well or did not get done so that you can figure out how to improve, right? So for me, in 2024, some things that I would say didn't go well for me would probably be simply my content creation. I feel like my numbers were at a halt the entire year of 2024, and so I have written those things down. What I did, what didn't work, did I see some changes, did I see some influx in views or numbers, what those statistics and analytics look like, and what can I do to change them? Because you have to change something. If things did not get better, if they stayed the same or got worse, you need to make a change, okay? And don't think you can just keep redoing the same thing. That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is insanity. And so, don't think, write down what didn't go good and then we'll focus on those. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. What lessons didn't I learn? Life's changes will teach you a lot of stuff, okay? So you want to write that down. What lessons did you learn? For me, just real quick, I'm gonna put a timeline out, you know, after this little segment here. I'll put a timeline of what the last couple years look like, just so y'all can have some tea. Because it's gonna all make sense, so I have to give it to y'all. But essentially, what I learned from last year is learn where to place people. I think that's something very, very important. So yeah, the lesson that I say I learned the most in 2024 is learning where to place people. I have a really bad habit that I'm trying to break of placing people really close to me when they haven't shown me they deserve that. Whether that's me calling them a friend, a god sister very, very quickly, or even an associate, right? Or business partners or a collaborator. Like, I just sometimes tend to try to connect too quickly, and not for me, but for them. I think when I attach them that quickly, they start to try to manipulate situations or change how they are or use me for certain things because they know I will pull you in. I will pull you in. Like, I'm just that open type of person. Like, yeah, you could be my friend. But I have learned over the last year to really have some boundaries, and watch where I place people. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is your associate. Not everybody is your business partner. Sometimes people are just people. You're just someone that I met sometime, and that is okay. Alright, guys, so that was segment 1. I want you to take some time to reflect and answer those 3 questions that I asked. 1, 2, 3. And then next up, I'm going to kind of give you guys an overview on what my last couple years have looked like. Let's get into it. Let me just give y'all a little rundown on what life has been like for me since 2020 of COVID, okay? Starting in 2020. We're going to try to put a timeline here so y'all can follow along, okay? 2020 was hell on earth, okay? I don't know if we can say C19. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it C19 because I don't know if we are actually allowed to say that, but I did say it. So, you know what I'm saying? That thing that had us 6 feet, 2020, it was horrible because we were all stuck in the house. But I will tell y'all, I had an amazing work from home job. It was amazing till it wasn't. Here it come. Amazing because I was making great bukus of money and didn't have to leave my house and I wasn't unemployed. Horrible because what I was doing was setting the shot appointments. I can't say what it is, but I was setting shot appointments with the different brands that they had. Clock that teeth. And it got so depressing. People was calling about all kinds of stuff that was going on with them shots. Never again. So it made me I really did fall into a depression. Also in 2020, I was still in college. Okay. So I was struggling. Alright, fast forward to 2021. Okay. In 2021, I really touched a lot of money. I touched a lot of moolah. I made the most money I ever made. Had the most money I had ever had at one time in 2021. Okay, I had bought a 6,000 square foot venue rental facility. Amazing. Okay, I invested over $150,000 into that project and into that venue. Didn't last there. Barely our first year because of really racial targeting. Due to the people we were leasing from. It didn't start out like that. At first it was fine. I think they saw a lot of the value that I had added into the facility, from renovations to the new look, and also the traction we were able to bring over to that space. They had never had that there before. And so I do believe that, you know, those are just the cards that I was dealt with that situation. Dealing with, you know, them racially profiling me. And my team and my support, and then, you know, also the value that I brought. You know, they couldn't hike the rent prices up because I was leasing, so they couldn't hike the rent prices up due to the value that I added because I made sure that was in my contract. And then also they knew if they could just get us out or make us leave or have a reason to terminate the contract or our lease, they could get somebody else in there with all of the renovations I had done and charge up on them. So if you know anything about real estate, property value, things like that, how they like to scam you and play the game, that's kind of what they was. But they couldn't play with me because the same way I put all that stuff in there, I took every piece of board, every new room, every piece of wall, every nail that I put in that facility, took it out. Thanks to my daddy, because he's that man. Like, he set the bar. He got my stuff out of there. I ain't waste nothing but the paint on the walls. Okay, so they thought they was gonna have all of these rooms and walls and stuff that I had done built in there. Baby, they was left with paint on the walls. Okay, that's a story time for another day, and we're definitely going to get into that this year because I do want another building. But yeah, so that's 2021. 2021, I was turning 21. um Overall, it was a good year aside from that. I bought my first car off the lot, my BMW. um Excited. I loved her. I had a GT. She was white. She was so cute. Oh my god. Okay. What else did I do in 2021? I made a lot of money in 2021. All of my businesses and stuff was thriving. I was trying to be more active with my content. I was doing some really dope music things, stuff like that. Fast forward 2022. 2022 was really hard for me simply because the previous year I had invested a lot of money and I did not see a return on my investment because we left that facility. So I was kind of like financially depressed because I was out of $150,000 from the previous year. So 2022 was very hard. I was in the trenches and I was trying to recoup fast and it was not moving quick enough. Okay. Oh, I forgot, in 2021, y'all, I also had graduated college with my associate's degree in sociology with a certification in mental illness and health psychology. Okay, don't play with that, girl. I'm also ACEs and trauma informed, and certified and trained. I also have a certification in music business from Belhaven University. So, clock that T. 2022, like I said, financially depressed, trying to recoup, lost $150,000. Debt was kicking my ass. Okay, fast forward to 2023. Was really just a year of trying to figure shit out, trying to plan and set some attainable and achievable goals, and I was struggling trying to set those. When I say struggling, I mean struggling. But yeah, so it's very unfortunate, but things don't always work out like you think they're going to, which is perfectly fine. In hindsight, 2023, when I actually moved, I was meant to come home. Forgot to tell y'all, before I moved, I stayed in Texas for like 2 months with my sister. Traveled, did some solo trips, all that kind of stuff, and then moved to Atlanta. Was there maybe, I was there only a couple weeks before all hell broke loose, and I in hindsight now feel like it was the best thing that could have happened for me. That situation not working out and me having to come back home. My parents' doors are always open, but I've always told myself, if I leave home, it's never my intent to go back unless I absolutely have no choice. Like, that is the same reason why I was still staying at home at 23. Like, I've had plenty of opportunities and enough money to have moved out on my own, but I was never in a rush because I want to make sure I give myself the most security blanket, like give myself the most momentum. I have like enough to catapult me and prepare me for things like this, so that I never have to come back home. Not because I don't have a good relationship with my parents or none of those crazy things. Like, we have a good household. Like, I don't feel like I don't have no privacy. None of those things are my case. Just simply, when I do decide to leave home, I want to make sure I don't have to come back. And I kind of put me leaving home into the hands of some other people because I was staying with other people. And so, that's just what happens when you stay with other people. You're putting your living situation in somebody else's hand. And so at any point when they say they're saying what they want, it just is what it is. And so I didn't have a choice. I had to come home. But like I said, in hindsight, I think it was God calling me home, because that same year later on in 2023 and going over into 2024, I started passing out, having these syncope episodes out of nowhere, any given time, during any situation. And I was later on diagnosed in 2024 of last year, April 2024, with narcolepsy with cataplexy, which is type 1 narcolepsy. Whole series about that on my channel. Boom. I also have a Instagram page where you guys can learn more on that condition, stuff like that. So yeah. Also in 2023, when I did come home from Atlanta, I had like got a job and all that stuff, just recouping. I was really sad, really depressed that the living situation didn't work out, because everything else was working out. Everything else I wanted to happen for me going in to move to Atlanta was happening. I was networking, I was going to the events, I was getting invites, I was finding me a job. Like, the things I wanted to happen were happening. So I do think Atlanta is still a really good place if you have the means and the hustle to go and mix and mingle and network. But that's just not my story. So Came home, got a job, lost my job. I was working at Chick-fil-A. They didn't fire me and I didn't quit, but because I was having those narcolepsy episodes, they put me on like a small short leave, like told me not even a leave. They had just told me don't come back until you get a doctor's clearance. Once I got the doctor's clearance, they never put me back on the schedule. They stopped communicating with me, all of those things. If y'all keep seeing my dog coming here, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to give y'all an aesthetic, but he don't give a damn. He don't care. So those are some of the things that I had going on as far as 2023 and then 2024. Just kind of trying to really having to 360 my life, being diagnosed with narcolepsy and having these episodes and all those things. And it's been a journey. When I came home, I said, you know what, maybe I didn't give Memphis enough opportunity. I did leave home because I felt like I wasn't getting support or opportunities here. I was always having to create them, which is it's a journey when you are looking for opportunity and you don't find it, and so you are forced to have to create the opportunity. But the opportunity you create is never for yourself. It happens to be for other people who need those same opportunities and can't find them. Like, it's hard to help yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So all of those things were happening in 2024. Learning how to kind of recoup with my narcolepsy diagnosis and how my life works, what I can and cannot do. You know, I lived in a little bubble for a little while, and so in the top of 2024, so like the first 6 months really in 2024, I just put my head down and I focused in. I started back trying to create my content, figure out what I want that to look like, figuring out if I still wanted to do music, how I wanted to be involved in music and entertainment, and then focusing in on my nonprofit organization, learning how to write grants, trying to really hone in, creating curriculums, all of these things. And so 2024 kind of really closed out with a bang for me. Did fairly well. We won some grants for my nonprofit. I am back on my YouTube channel. As y'all can see, I have an amazing content strategy and plan for this year that I'm super excited about, and I hope that I see a yield or a return on it for me, and really just trying to turn my content on all platforms into a community and honing in on learning how to bring them into a platform that I own, such as my website. So right here I'm gonna put a link and y'all can go to my website and subscribe, and y'all get access to some amazing stuff, like free access to music before it comes out, free music, pre-saves, remixes. Y'all will get behind the scenes videos. Y'all will get everything you ever see me put on social media. Y'all will get it first on my website. Alright, you guys, welcome back to part 2. Let's get into it. You wrote down your questions? Did you write them down? You wrote them down? Yeah, okay. So, part 2 is all about creating a vision for 2025. So, let's do this. Number 1, you want to start by visualizing your ideal life, right? Visualizing your ideal life. What does that look like? So, I want you to take some time. I want you to close your eyes and imagine where you want to be by the end of 2025. By January 1st, 2026, where do you want to be? What does your dream career, relationship, health, or finances look like? I'm also going to give you guys a little prompt that you can put into ChatGPT, and it will help you envision that. It'll help you really visualize and see what that looks like. So I'm going to read the prompt to you guys here. It'll also be in the description below. Okay, so here's what you're going to insert into ChatGPT. Tell me about my successful year in 2025 based off this description. And in the description, right, so you're going to tell me about my successful year in 2025 based off this description, and then you're going to describe all the things. Don't leave anything unturned. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big, okay? Leave nothing unturned in this description. Tell ChatGPT every single thing that you want to accomplish in 2025. So I'm going to do mine based off of all the things. Y'all can turn the volume down so that y'all can think and type y'all's out as I chit chat. So what I'm going to do as I type mine in, and this may be helpful, so do still stay tuned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every single thing. I'm going to go through every one. Okay, what do I see for January? I want to all the, like if you have scheduled events for the year coming up, or certain events that you want to attend or go to, or things you want to do, places you want to go, put all of that in there. If you want to graduate college, start a new career, start this business, reach a certain amount of sales in a certain amount of time, write it all. Write it all. Guys, I'm back. That took so much longer than I thought because I really took time to put into exactly what it is I want out of 2025 alone. Personally, I get a little bit carried away sometimes and will be a little bit overzealous, meaning I'll go into projects that I know are going to take longer than a year. And so I had to really hone in and kind of pinpoint and focus on exactly what it is I'm trying to do and accomplish in this year, in the next 365 days. Be realistic, what's attainable and what's achievable in the time that I have. Not that it will never get done, just in the time frame that I'm looking to do. So you put your prompt in, tell me about my successful year in 2025 based off this description, and you describe every single thing you want to do, everything you want to accomplish, personally, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, did I say financially, in your career field, in your education. What are the things you want to achieve? 2025 is the year you balance ambition with self-love, create lasting impact through your nonprofit, and take your personal and professional endeavors to new heights. And the 2025 year comes to an end. It's gonna really move that fast, y'all. I'm kind of scared. But that was really, really good to see. Really dope to kind of give me a layout of the things that I'm trying to accomplish and want to do. And so next, we're going to get into a step-by-step rebranding. But before we do that, so what you guys can do once you have that layout from ChatGPT, now you can go really in depth. Get to talking to her like she's your best friend and your personal assistant, okay? So the next thing that you can do, and I've done this before, is you can ask ChatGPT, okay, what are the steps to achieve these goals? Give me a step-by-step for every single individual goal, right? You can also, once you have those goals, okay, break these down into micro tasks. Create a daily, a weekly, and a monthly checklist of things that I need to do to make sure these goals are accomplished. You see what I'm saying? So now she's planning it out. I call Chat she's a she, okay? I am woman, I'm divine. I'm unbeatable, she's creative, baby. You can get in line. Okay, so Chat is a woman. I don't really care what nobody's saying. So I call her she. So Chat, GPT will then kind of create a layout of what your routine, your daily, your weekly, your monthly routine, and your quarterly. You can ask her quarterly too. You can tell her create a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly routine to make sure that these goals are attained and achieved. And she'll give you a step-by-step. She'll give you task lists. She'll give you routines and frequencies on things you need to do and all of that. So, hope that helps. So, now, next up, part 3 is creating a step-by-step rebranding, okay? Whether this is for your personal brand or your career, rebranding can be really hard and really daunting. So this is some things to make it manageable. I know we talked about this earlier in the video where I kind of went through a rebrand when I was in like that little state. So my rebrand consisted of like wardrobe changes. It consisted of introducing new habits into my routine, such as reading, prayer, devotional, things like that. And then also like going to certain events were a part of my rebranding. So making sure I'm attending certain professional like networking events, getting around the same like-minded people. So here's some tips. Number 1, audit your current brand. Look at your social media, look at your wardrobe, your online appearance, or even your daily habits. Does it reflect who you want to be? Is that who you want to be? So for me, my crop tops and my skin tight skinny jeans were not who I wanted to be for the long run. It was okay, and I'm perfectly fine with who I was when I was her. But I'm not she no more. And she ain't who she trying to become. Okay? And so I say that to say, look at who that person is. Come up, we created this list, who you want to be, what do you do, how's your life work? What does that person look like to you? Like if that wasn't you, take yourself out of it, because sometimes it's hard for us to do this if we're just still thinking us and we think we are who we're supposed to be when we're nowhere near who we're supposed to become. I hope y'all caught that tea. Hope y'all got that, okay? So essentially, for me, I knew, okay, if I want to be running a nonprofit successfully and I'm trying to mentor people, not that you can't mentor in crop tops and skinny jeans, but who I saw did not mentor in crop tops and skinny jeans. So please don't chop my head off. Okay? I didn't see that. The girl that I was, yes, I was that girl when I started all these things, but as I grow, that's not who I want to continue to be. I don't want to walk around in crop tops and skin tight jeans and pink and purple hair on a regular basis. That's not who I want to show up as every single day. She should show up occasionally and in the right spaces. Okay? And so I'm like, okay, well, she could still be urban. She could still wear her ripped jeans. She could still wear her J's. You know what I'm saying? But let's take away the crop tops. I be cold all the time, so I really don't even like crop tops. Okay? I really like me a graphic tee. I would love to be in a t-shirt all day long. Boom. Now I own a bunch of graphic tees. Never was that girl. I own a bunch of graphic tees, at least 12 of them, and I'm re-upping on some more this year. Then I was like, okay, but I want a professional element because just a shirt is giving real casual. She ain't really about this. She's not a businesswoman. And so I bought like 30 freaking blazers last year, y'all. Over the last couple years. Whenever I did my like whole new wardrobe thing. I think it's on my channel. But I bought like 30, 40 blazers. I love me a blazer. I love me a jacket. It fit my aesthetic. And I'm always cold. Duh. And so you just have to learn what that looks like for you. So I'm perfectly fine with throwing on a graphic tee with some jeans and some J's and throwing on a nice little black blazer on top with some nice jewelry and my hair done. It looks different. It just looks different. So figure out what that looks like on social media, my appearance. Okay, yes, I'm young and I'm in my 20s and sometimes I'm twerking and I'm dancing and I'm drinking. That is okay, but it is occasional. I don't want that to be what my online presence is consumed with, right? Because that's not the overall vision of where I see myself on the long run, right? And then what are those daily habits? Like, I want to read every day. I want to be a very intellectual woman as I continue to grow. And not that I'm not very smart, because I very much so am. Very intelligent, okay? But there are things that I could learn. Just really, really focusing on adjusting my mindset and making sure it stays where it currently is. I'm in a really good place, but I want to make sure it stays where it is. And so you stay in something when you create a habit out of it, so that a habit is something you do consistently. So I need to read things that are going to consistently feed me the type of mindset that I have. I want to have a better vocabulary. I really want to take out my vocabulary, but it's like my pause. It's like my break. It's my processing. So I really like, it's my processing out loud. So I really don't know how to take out yet, but I would really love to do that so that I sound a lot more vocabulary, like my vocabulary sounds a lot more intellectual. Because the ums be eating y'all up. I don't know how many times I say in a video, but we're going to start clocking that this year. So if you're watching this from this point on, comment how many times I say Okay. So again, audit your current brand. Look at your social media, your online presence, your wardrobe, and your daily habits. And does it reflect who you want to be? Number 2, clarify your message. Think about what you want to communicate to the world, okay? For example, if you're rebranding as a professional, focus on skills and achievements that you want to highlight. So this one looks a little different for me because I do a bunch of things. I have them all cohesively combined, but they are very much different aspects of my life because the different niches and industries and fields that they are in. So follow me. Y'all here on YouTube know me as a lifestyle content creator. I'm literally a black girl in her 20s living out my life, okay? That's what I promote on here. That's what I do on here. I show y'all my day-to-day life, what it's really like to be me in this world, what it's like. Versus me as a professional, right? I have my own platform on Instagram and Facebook as Miss Black Frazier. She's very different. You're not going to get the same person. And so on my Miss Frazier content platform and content, you're not going to get me rapping unless they cohesively combine, right? Which at some point they will, so stay tuned. You're not going to get me on Miss Black Frazier twerking or having a drink of alcohol because that's that appearance. That's not that public figure I want to represent on that platform. Does that make sense? Y'all might see that over there on my music page. On my Instagram as an artist, you may see me in the studio having a drink or pouring, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, but you see what I'm saying? So figure out who you are. Most people don't have as many different things going on as I have. I do know that my life is very sporadic. I won't say hectic because I very much have it under control. I understand exactly what's going on for me. But yeah. So definitely clarify your message. Who are you trying to show up as? Who are you trying to get them to know you as, from, and for what? Number 3 is freshen up your look. This don't mean you got to spend a whole bunch of money, okay? Shein, Temu, even Fashion Nova got some nice little sales, okay? So consider, fellas, making sure you stay with a nice line or a haircut. Updating your wardrobe with a few key pieces. So even for women and for men, get y'all a nice little blazer. Get you a nice, decent white and black button down. Get you a nice pair of black slacks. Black or gray, but preferably black slacks. Get you a nice dress up shoe. And get you a nice casual shoe. And your casual shoe could be a Jordan. It could be a Converse, right? And your dress up shoe, ladies, it could be a kitten heel. It could be a covered heel. It could be toes out. It could be thigh high boots, right? Just your preference, but definitely freshen up your look. And make sure you have something that represents you. Now that's on a professional side. If you're an artist like myself, I do music, I also have some professional artist clothes, as to what professional means in that industry. So I do have some classic wardrobe pieces as an artist. I have this amazing jacket. I'm looking at it. I have this amazing little jacket that I wear that I get compliments on every single time I wear it. It's pink, purple, and black. It's this nice leather jacket. It's a staple piece in my wardrobe, and I'm going to continue to wear it 1,000 times. I don't believe in buying something and throwing it away. Okay? Alright, so next up, number 4, update your digital presence. So redesign, whether it's your website or your social media profiles. Post content that aligns with your new direction. And then network with people who align with your goals. So starting off with redesign your website or social media. So I am a graphics, website designer, and social media manager for other brands, but never really focused and honed in on it for myself until last year of 2024. I redid my website. I haven't really launched it like that because I'm still defining what exactly does that look like, because my website entails every single piece of my life. Every niche is coming from all different directions. So we got Good Eats over here, which is my cookie series. We got husky content because I'm a dog mom. That's very well its own content. We have my beauty content over here. We got my music over here. We got me as a YouTube and lifestyle creator over here. We have me as a nonprofit professional and public figure over here. And so encompassing all of that into my website takes some time. I have done, I believe, fairly well with it. If y'all go on my Instagram and click my link tree, you can go visit my website. I don't have a domain connected at this very moment. Matter of fact, I'm lying. Go to iambreezy.com. iambreeze.com. This is going to force me to make sure by the time I put this video up, which should be no longer than week 2 of January or something like that I have my website back up. Okay. We'll go get it together. Next up, post content that aligns with your new direction. So something that I did, and I'm not going to get too deep into this, it'll be a whole video in its own, but something I did for this year, last year in 2024, I basically recycled all my content, but I think I did it in an improper way, or I'm not going to say improper way, but it just didn't last long for me. So what I did was, any piece of content I created, no matter the field or industry it was for, I put it on every single platform that I owned. Okay, so if I make a YouTube video, right, and I make a short reel out of this video here, I posted it on my Instagram, my Facebook, my TikTok, my Twitter, my Lemonade, I posted it everywhere, right, which worked for a while, and I think that's fine for YouTube, but we'll talk about that. I did that everywhere, and it worked for a little while until my numbers stopped, and I think it stopped. My assumption is that the people who followed me on TikTok that did go visit me on Instagram and they look at the pages and see it's the exact same stuff, they have no reason to follow me on a different platform if they see every platform has the same content. Does that make sense? It's really no reason to. They would prefer to stay on the platform they are familiar with and they like. So if my TikTok followers are TikTokers and they come over here on my Instagram and it's the same stuff, and they know they don't really like the Instagram platform, why would they go over there? They're going to stay over here because they know I'm posting the same thing. So that's why I think my numbers came to a halt as of last year. Something new and different that I'm doing this year is kind of honing and focusing in a specific niche on a specific platform, and then learning to cross promote and cross market. So for instance, on my YouTube channel, y'all, I'm going to be doing a shorts series called Beauty with Breezy or Self-Care with Breezy, something like that. I ain't came up with a name yet, and if I don't have a name by this time this video is out, comment a name for my beauty series. Essentially, my beauty series is going to include hair care, skincare, self-care, hygiene, and personal development. So like reading, motivation, affirmations, that type of stuff. Okay? Comment the name of the series below. I can't come up with nothing. Essentially though, for this beauty series that I'm going to be doing on YouTube, I'm going to be posting the shorts 3 times a week, right? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to post Mondays on Instagram and on TikTok and all the other platforms and let them know, hey, y'all only getting a little bit of this content. It's 2 more of those types of videos that's getting posted for the rest of this week. So go on over to YouTube and subscribe so that you can catch more of that content. That is the proper way I believe that we should be recycling the content. So just a little side tip. Hope that makes sense. And then last, network with people who align with your goals. Find your tribe. Find the like-minded people. Find your people. Y'all, I opened myself up so much last year to networking with people, being open to people. And I know I told y'all I had to have boundaries. Have your boundaries. But be open. Just be open to the possibility that you don't know who is in the room or who those people will ever become. Right? Be open to that. Don't be greedy. Don't be using people, you know what I'm saying, just because you don't know who they're going to become and you think they're going to be somebody. Be genuinely open to exploring potential relationships with people because you never know where it's going to go. Many of y'all may or may not know, but I struggled a lot in my life growing up making friends with other women and females. And so that's essentially why I created the Influence Her community. Plug. Go right there and join. That's essentially why I created the Influence Her community to be a personal professional space for women and girls to network, to mix and mingle, and really create sisterhood outside of the God-given sisters that I do have, because I love my girls. But be open. Be open. I've met so many amazing women and done some really, really great things. Number 5, announce your rebrand. This is something that I have not really done, even just in my personal. It just kind of happened. I just kind of made the wardrobe changes. I just kind of cut all the hair color and dye off of my hair. Like, I didn't really make any announcements. I just kind of did it. But you can share your rebranding journey with your audience, and it builds a connection and accountability. This is sort of my way of telling you guys my rebrand has happened and will continue to be happening. This is really my announcement, okay, to let y'all know what it is I'm gonna be doing. But I will make a formal video like, hey y'all, it's your girl I Am Breezy, blah 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 blah. Going forward for 2025, here are my platforms. Here's the content that'll be on each platform. Here's the benefits of following me on each platform. Boom, I see y'all in 2025. Like, you know, you don't have to make it like so extra. All right, moving on, part 4, goal setting and actionable plans. This should be simple because we have already went to ChatGPT and given it all of our wildest dreams and things we want to accomplish and do and habits we want to create and who we want to become for 2025, and she has explained it to us. And then you guys should have also listened when I told you to ask ChatGPT. Ask Chat to give you a step-by-step on how to achieve these goals, what the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the quarterly looks like. What habits do you create? What's the plan? What do you do on a consistent basis? That's the goal. That's the actionable plan. You set the goal by telling it all of your accomplishments and things you want to do. Those are the goals. They're already there. Your actionable plan would be that next step of saying, hey, ChatGPT, what does this person do who accomplished all these things 2025? What do they do on a daily basis, a weekly, a monthly, and a quarterly? And then give me step-by-step tasks to do those things. That's the actionable plan. But if y'all want a little breakdown, you can write your goals down. It's essentially the same thing, and then break it into smaller actionable goals. So like, for example, say your goal is to save $5,000. You're going to create a monthly budget. You're going to cut unnecessary expenses, and you can automate savings, right? Those are just some things that you could do. Also, if you're having trouble like learning or understanding what your goals are and how to create a goal, you can use SMART, which should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Number 3, set some deadlines for your goals. Mine's, as I've read to you, are like on a monthly basis, like that, not a specific date. But you want to give yourself a realistic timeline, without per se giving yourself a deadline. You know, but that's a different conversation. So set those deadlines or timelines for when you want to achieve those things. I don't really want to say deadline, but timeline. And number 4, you're going to track your progress. You can use a planner. You can find you an app. You can use a journal to track your progress weekly and monthly. Essentially, if y'all just do what I told y'all to do, you can use ChatGPT, and when she give you all these goals, daily, weekly, and monthly, put you some check boxes. Okay, daily, did I do what she said do on the daily? Did I do what I was supposed to do for the weekly, for the monthly, for the quarter? That's how you track the progress. So overall, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time I post another video. I'm so excited for 2025. And lastly, please share y'all 2025 goals in the comments below. I cannot wait to hear what you got going on. I can't wait to cheer y'all on and hold y'all accountable to y'all goals for this year. So thank y'all for spending some time with me today, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay excited, stay motivated, stay passionate about all the things you're going to accomplish in 2025, and let the year begin. Bye.
I tell them that I'm bossy and cocky. I want foreigns like a Audi, like my new whip, yeah, he